Hey everybody, this is Dead Winter Dead with another Battlefield 4 video for you. Today we're taking a look at a game of Conquest Large on Operation Locker. I am using the support class, surprise, surprise, but I am using the U-100 Mark V. Now, since Battlefield, it's not a new game, we all know that. It's starting to come towards the end of its life cycle. We have one final DLC coming out, and they say that there may be a surprise DLC, but I wouldn't hold my breath. But it is coming towards the end of its life cycle. We may or may not see some new weapons in the future. So what I've been doing is I've been going back and just taking a look and revisiting weapons that I haven't touched in a while. The Mark V was one of those weapons that I played with for a little while. I had some success with, but then I moved on to the heavy hitters, your Peshnegs, your M240 Bravos, etc., etc. But now, you know, I'm trying to keep it fresh, you know, switching weapons up, and I've been having a lot of fun with the Mark V, just outfitting it in different ways. I ran a variant that had an ACOG on it, and it was great. It did me really well on maps like Gold Mud Railway. So really fun. But what I wanted to address here is the patch that was released in September, and basically how it has changed Battlefield for me and how it has changed my playstyle. Now, some of you may or may not recall that I released a video shortly after the patch dropped, I think a couple of days, basically discussing the patch, and you know, overall, I enjoyed the patch. In that video, I remember I gave praise, you know, on the UI options, the plethora of UI options that they gave us. I love that they've pretty much taken grenade spam out of the game. It really does improve the way a lot of these maps work. But one of the things that I had issues with was the time to kill. And if you recall, I think the exact phrase I used was, "The jury's out." The jury's still out on this time to kill issue. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the jury has returned with a verdict, and I have to say, it took me several hours to get used to, and by several I mean like maybe 10 or 12 hours. But I love the fact that now gunfights now are really a skilled affair. Gone are the days where whoever pulled the trigger first won. I mean, if it was a really good player against a really bad player, that never really happened. But if you took two players of pretty much even skill, whoever pulled the trigger first usually won that firefight. And if someone got the jump on you, say they got a good flank on you or a back rage on you, usually you were toast. You didn't really have time to change your tactics, or time to flip around, or time to get into a defensive position, or to act more aggressively. But now that they've lowered the damage for most of the weapons across the board, and it takes that extra bullet to take down your enemy. Now, granted, it's not a lot of time, but it does give you time to duck and weave. It gives you time to go prone. It gives you time to crouch, to find some cover. It now favors the player that has the skill. I really kind of despise sometimes turning a corner and just having to jump on somebody, and because I was using, say, a 240 Bravo and someone else was using an AEK, they won that firefight simply because the rounds per minute of the AEK was extremely high. I think 900 at something like that, whereas the Bravo's around 600, 650. So if you used a higher RPM weapon, then yeah, you put more bullets downrange, you're going to kill your target faster. And there is some of that aspect in this new patch, but now that you have more time to react, it does favor the skilled gunfighter a lot more, which I absolutely love. My skill is improving week by week. I'm by far not a very skilled player. You know, I always tout myself as, you know, the average Joe of Battlefield, which I feel I am. I'm not a bad player, but I'm not a really, you know, hardcore, crazy, skilled player. But I love the game, and I've got almost, gosh, I think I have almost 900 hours invested in this game at this point. So I know the nuances of the game. I know the nuances of a lot of weapons. I have the maps down pat. So, you know, I've put my time in. I've cut my teeth. And the skilled player now has the advantage in these gunfights with this new patch. And the way it's changed the way I actually approach firefights is I like to equate it excuse me, I like to equate it to a vehicle entering a turn. When you enter a turn in a vehicle, you let off the gas. You do not apply the brakes as you enter the turn. You wait till you hit the apex of that turn and then accelerate out of the turn. That's typically the most efficient way to go through a turn, you know, while driving on a highway or on a scenic route somewhere. And you can kind of equate the gunfights to that now. I approach a lot more defensively. I play a lot more defensively, I play a lot more cautiously, but as soon as I hit the apex of that gunfight, when I know I've got this, I can accelerate out of this gunfight and just mow these bad guys down, that's when I punch it, and that's when I go in for the kills. So it really has changed fundamentally the way that I approach this game. Anyway guys, I hope you liked this quick video. Let me know down in the comments if the new patch has changed the way you play Battlefield. My name's Dead Winter Dead. Thanks for watching.